Welcome to the Drunk Take, the sports podcast where the takes are hot and the drinks ice cold. Grab a beer, bourbon, maybe a shot, and pull up a seat and join the homies live from the Drunk Take studio. While they recap the week or look forward to the exciting action on the way, it's time to get lit. Yo, what up, Bucknut?
Nothing much. How's it going, Pub?
Not shit, buddy. Not shit. Filling in for the Yam Man today. He had some business to take care of. He might be joining us later on the pod, though.
Yes,
might
sir.
jump on like a friend. How'd your weekend?
Well, it's pretty good, man. It was my girl's birthday weekend, so we went out of town up to Tulsa. Got away for a while.
Okay, up to T-Town.
Yes, sir.
Good times.
An Airbnb with a hot tub too. It was pretty nice.
Okay, a time machine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, felt like I went back in time.
Hell yeah, man.
How's your weekend?
It was great. I got to spend it all to myself. Don't have to honor anybody. We'll talk about honoring ourselves later, but just kind of kick back, watch some football, some good football times, man.
It was a great slate of football this weekend.
So first, let's start off late last week. We haven't done a pod since Miami beat Ole Miss in the semifinals. That game was going on while you were podding last Wednesday. That's like a sick day.
Mm-hmm.
Or no, that game was Thursday. Never mind. It was the day after.
Oh yeah, it was Thursday.
It was the day after. But yeah, Miami takes down Ole Miss. Great game. Talking about good football games. This is a good football game.
I never thought Carson Beck would run in the game-winning touchdown. That's the last thing I expected from Miami.
Yeah, that was wild. This whole playoffs, I've said, I don't know if I trust Carson Beck or Mario Cristobal, and I mean, they've got it done.
Yep,
they got it done. I mean, wasn't Carson Beck get it done through it with his arm, but he definitely he made the plays when they needed him to, and that was a big thing.
Absolutely. Malachi Tony's a dog too. Same with Mark Fletcher, their running back. I'll be curious to see how they match up with Indiana because they have the size advantage on the line. So,
Miami. It's what a lot of people discredited. Miami has an amazing defensive line. Defensive line. And I don't know, though. Indiana's old.
Yeah.
Like, they're about the age of a young NFL team.
There is somebody on that team that played college ball with Trevor Lawrence at Clemson 6 years ago.
And it's, they're an old team, but they're very, very good. They're well coached. I definitely give them the advantage there. And they've dominated. Like, they've done such a good job against Alabama and against Oregon, protecting Mendoza. Mendoza's done a good job of, when there is pressure, escaping the pressure, making the throw with his feet. Not making the throw on the run. Using his feet to get the open passing lanes. It's going to be interesting to see what Miami can do on that front, because if they can't get to Mendoza, if they can't make his life hell, it's going to be another blowout.
Yeah, it will get ugly very quickly if they can't get to him.
Their only chance is to get after Mendoza in that game. Their only chance. That's their only shot.
But the other thing that I noticed is I was looking at stats. They didn't have a crazy amount of yards in that thump they put on Oregon because their defense kept forcing turnovers. So half of their drives were starting in Oregon territory already. Yeah,
their starting field position was nuts. The first play of the game was a pick six.
Yeah.
So you start off that way, and then I know Indiana thumped Alabama, but this is 2 years in a row. Dan Lanning, you walked out of that stadium with pie on your face. You got pantsed in a college football playoff game. I mean, both times to probably the eventual national champions, but both games, your guys didn't put up a fight.
Not at all.
They did. Oregon's a better team than they put on this week. I mean, they almost beat Indiana and Eugene. They didn't. Indiana still won that game.
Yeah.
But Oregon's a better team than that, and they just got pantsed.
I absolutely didn't expect them to play like that.
I didn't either. I thought it'd be a good game. I thought Indiana would probably win, but I thought Oregon would give them a game, and they did not.
No. They lost to JMU plus.
Yeah. Yeah, that old JMU tune-up game did them no favors in this one.
No, not at all.
see what they did against a team that could actually move the ball. And Oregon's offense was just, even in that Texas Tech's got a good D line, but Texas Tech didn't move the ball at all, and Oregon couldn't take advantage of it. I mean, I know they won going away. It wasn't a close game, but they should have won by more considering how inept Texas Tech was on offense. JMU, they kind of let off the gas in the second half. So what we got here? Oh, look at this friendship. Yeah, the power of friendship. We're just talking about that Ole Miss game. Your boys let you down this week, man. They let you down. Yeah, man.
I will say it was crazy how much of a fight Ole Miss did put up against Miami. Like,
Ole Miss
they were showing they belonged.
Ole Miss is a good football team. I think that's the thing that I was pretty pissed whenever Ole Miss beat OU in Norman, and Oklahoma got down big early. Mateer played like crap in the first half, and Oklahoma didn't really run the ball. And that was the thing too. I thought Miami would run all over Ole Miss because Ole Miss was very bad defending the run all year, and they kind of held their own a little bit. And that's big adjustments for that team because they struggled against the run all year.
Yeah,
but and then yeah, man, they should be
Thanks,
proud of. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, they should definitely be proud of the season they put up. They went through some things, showed that Kiffin wasn't really all he was cracked out to be.
Yeah. And I mean, they got quite a few players coming back next year too, I think. So
yeah, they got running backs coming back. He already announced that he's coming back. That was right after Chambliss announced he was coming back, but his appeal got denied.
Yeah.
Now they're suing. Which it's gonna be their way. I think Tennessee's going through this with Joey Aguilar too. He was denied his 6th year. OU has submitted a 6th year for Owen Heineke, their linebacker whose years at Ohio State playing lacrosse is counting against him. And so they're like, if they deny Owen Heineke, I'm sure OU will take the same route as well.
Yeah.
It's interesting to see how this is all going to hold up and if these guys get to play next year.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Has Ole Miss moved on a QB in the portal?
They got Deuce Knight from Auburn.
Okay, that's not terrible.
Nah, yeah, he only played one game. He only started one game last year. He started the FBS game before they played Alabama, like late in the season. So he started that FBS game, and he looked pretty good. I mean, it was an FBS opponent, but 5-star freshman quarterback, true freshman quarterback last year. I don't know how many games he played in Auburn. If he's going to be a redshirt fresh, if he played enough games to ruin his red shirt, or if he kept it intact, I'm not sure.
I don't know. I haven't seen anything about his red shirt.
Pretty sure. I mean, he was a 3rd-string quarterback. I don't think that they would have. But it's Hugh Freeze. Who knows?
I would say they played all 3 of them week 1, didn't they?
Yeah, but I mean, you do that. You usually play them, and especially if they're 3rd string, you're going to play them. 4 games right off the bat if you can, or 4 blowouts. Don't matter, but
I know a backup got playing time in like 2 or 3 games late in the season. I just can't remember if it was Deuce Knight or the other guy.
No, Austin Daniels started the last 2 out of the last 3 games. He didn't start the FCS game though. They started Deuce Knight in that game, I'm pretty sure. And then, so who you got next Monday? Indiana versus Miami. We kind of talked about it a little bit.
I'm taking Indiana. I'm taking Indiana. That's going to be the 3rd straight Big Ten championship with a 3rd different team.
They finally won you over? Or have you been on how long have you been on the Indiana train?
I've never fully been on it. But honestly, like, they were my primary team once we were eliminated. I mean, Cignetti is just a freak of a coach. He's up by 50 and he's disappointed in his players. Like,
I mean, I don't think he's not disappointed. Like, he's not disappointed in his players. Like, he wants every play to go well. Like, he's not, he don't celebrate until that clock hits 0. And I don't think there's any problem with that. Like, you coach until the end of the game. And then at the end of the game, like he said, he expects his players to, if something bad happens, to, just get it right and get back to it and, go through the highs and lows. And if something good happens, just go on to the next play. And so if he's out here celebrating and going crazy and shit like that, then how does he expect that from his players? I think that's it's old school coaching.
Yeah. I mean, that's what you used to see out of Saban back in the Bama dynasty era.
That's what you see out of a lot of good coaches. It's accountability,
Yeah.
you can't, it's all fun. Don't get me wrong. I love a coach like giving it to the ref or like throwing his helmet, or not throwing his helmet, throwing his hat on the ground, stomping on it, throwing his headset, doing the lane shit. Like, look at me over here, barking back and forth at players. But, how you gonna preach accountability if you're doing those things? So, I mean, good for him. Good for Sig. I like kind of the old coach mentality. Kind of reminds me of when we had Bob Stoops here and Norman. Sometimes whenever you're not winning, though, then that can be kind of spun into a thing of like, does he really care? Like, he's not even upset or things like that, or not showing a lot of emotion. So
yeah. And the other thing about Indiana is this is not a one-off. Yes, they are very old this season, but they got half of their guys coming back, I think. I think they're only going to lose like one receiver for sure to the draft. Maybe
they're killing
two.
in the portal. They're killing in the portal. And
exactly.
And one thing that they've added, I don't know if you watched the underarm game this weekend. They're a threat in the high school recruiting now. Like in the first half, there were four commits in that first half of the Under Armour game. Two of them were Indiana, two of them were OU. So I mean, they are hot on the trail in the freshman recruiting classes, and this is one of those things where. Did you know Mark Cuban was an Indiana alum?
Yeah, I knew that from all of the football games and basketball games he attended when he went to campus, which is
like all of a sudden, like he's just a big Indiana fan now. Like, where you been, Cuban? Where are you at before this? And now he's throwing money at the program. So they're going to stay relevant. They got the big money donors. They got the alumni base. I didn't realize they have the biggest alumni base in the United States. That's crazy. And, things are going pretty well in the state of Indiana right now. The Pacers in the finals last year. I mean, I know they're asked this year due to injury, but in the Indiana football program, like you said, it's not going away.
No, it's not. It's going to be a pain. They're going to be a problem in the Big Ten for years going forward. And their fans, like you said about their alumni base, their fans are traveling. Like it was like 90% Indiana fans against Oregon.
Yeah, and it's just it's hard. Like we got to get those. It goes back to I don't really want to get too much into it. We got to get those second round games at home because it's asking way too much out of these fans.
Yeah.
To do. If you've seen the secondary ticket market, Cuban mentioned this earlier today. I think I seen him tweet out or something about the secondary market of these tickets. He's like, this is insane. It's like 5,000 to get in.
It was 3,500 Friday to get after the Indiana Oregon game.
Yeah, it's going to be a crazy ticket. I wouldn't pay that much to travel to a game. Would you? I mean,
yeah, no, I wouldn't.
Like to me, I guess it's different because I don't know. I've never had the opportunity to do that in like a big game, like a championship type game. So maybe it's a little bit different, but it's hard for me to even go to games on Saturdays now because it's like you're missing so much. You have the drive to the stadium, you're in traffic, and then like if you're kicking off at 3:00, then you're missing a whole day's game. Just being in the stadium and the drive home, you might catch the end of the late games. And so, I mean,
maybe if you're lucky.
Like, you just miss so much. It's more comfortable at your house. You don't got to crawl over people to go to the bathroom or go get a beer. Like the way television's set up now, I'd much rather just be at home and yell at the TV on my own accord.
Yeah, that's like whenever I went down to the Ohio State game in Dallas, it was nice because I wasn't missing any other playoff games, but I was still missing New Year's Six bowl games for traveling down to Dallas, which granted that's 3 hours, but still.
Yeah, it's a little different. And plus, I mean, not only that, I don't know how close you're staying. Then you're on the road on New Year's Eve, like going back to your hotel room on like one of the most dangerous driving days of the year. Like it's kind of crazy.
Not fun.
It's kind of crazy. All right, so we got Texas, man. Last week they had little commits, weren't doing much, and all of a sudden this weekend, bang! Cam Coleman and Hollywood Smothers.
Did Texas basketball do that for them?
Texas basketball.
Oh, you didn't hear? Okay. Cam Coleman was on his visit to Alabama and extended it to watch Alabama basketball host Texas. Texas upsets Alabama in basketball that night, and the next morning is when Cam Coleman committed to Texas.
I mean, to be fair, I think the bag handlers are what committed or what got Cam Coleman to commit to Texas.
Yeah,
and then Hollywood Smothers was Hollywood Smothers. Did he just change his mind? I guess he had already enrolled at Alabama too.
Ooh.
It was was ready to attend classes and was like, nah, I'm gonna go to Texas.
That hurts. Not really, because I'm not a Longhorn fan or a Tide fan, but
former OU running back Hollywood Smothers. Even though he didn't play here, he didn't get any meaningful snaps, but he transferred here to North Carolina State to Texas, to Alabama, then Texas. Another guy chasing bags, Levitt. This morning I woke up to the news Levitt was going to LSU, and then the Lee Corso, not so fast, my friend. Tennessee said, hey, wait, have you signed yet? We want to come over the top here. And so what do you think is going to happen in this one?
Man, if I'm Levitt, if the stories I hear are true, I don't want anything to do with LSU. I'm shocked he even verbally committed.
Dude, because I mean,
like, it did not sound like it was a good thing with Kiffin and Levitt.
They were at a Pelicans game, bro. Kiffin and Levitt were at a Pelicans game, and I think there was another recruit there as well. And during their time at the Pelicans game is when the Damon Williams news broke. And the rumor was that it was LSU was the other team involved. Nothing ever got confirmed because Damon Williams ended up staying at Washington. But it's like,
yeah,
how do you feel? Like, you're on a visit, you're with the coach, and they're doing stuff behind your back, like offering another guy, $6-7 million. I mean, I guess money talks with this kid. That's all he cares about, apparently.
Yeah. But what's even crazier is that Levitt then went on to his visit to Tennessee, and Kiffin followed him to Tennessee once he found out that he couldn't get Demond.
Yeah, and I saw there was rental car places that wouldn't rent him a car and things like that.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So if I'm Levitt, I'm just
Tennessee.
I'm just sticking with Tennessee.
Oh my God! How do you drop that pass, DK? DK, what are you doing?
Hey, that's okay.
There
was Buckeye on Buckeye crime on Texans' last drive, so
that would have been a big play. DK was well into Houston territory and dropped that one. But like we said, Williams is staying at Washington after his agent dropped him.
Yeah,
his agent dropped him. He's like, okay, I'll just stick it at UW. And what do you think? What do you think about that situation?
I mean, it tells me, or it makes me think that was all Demond, that the agent did not tell him to pursue LSU or did not suggest pressing or filing a lawsuit or trying anything.
Oh, that's what the agent said. The agent said that he did not give him advice to sign the LSU contract or to sign with LSU or to sign with another team, or he told him to stick with his commitment, and that it was the agent that told him that he could do it was the same agent that was representing the Miami guy that did the same thing last year. So that's where that came out. So I'm not sure if he repaired things with the agent or if he's just sticking with the new agent that was going to get him to apparently LSU. Who knows what the real story is? I'm sure we'll hear it sometime, but it's wild.
Yeah, no, it's I definitely did not know what was going to happen there. I'm kind of shocked it just ended up with him coming back.
Yeah. And then we had Dylan Rayola. You'll never escape the allegations.
Nope, not at all.
Patrick Mahomes loses a bet because Texas Tech loses to Oregon in the playoffs and has to wear an Oregon jersey. And then 2 weeks later, Dylan Rayola commits to the University of Oregon, and the Twitter people are going crazy, and I love it.
Apparently, Lanning's a longtime Chiefs fan too, so now he gets to pretend that he's coaching Mahomes.
Yeah. Do you think he ever starts at Oregon?
Yes. However,
you think Dante's going pro?
Huh?
You think Dante's going pro?
No. I think Dante's coming back for a season because I think Rayola is going to sit a year behind him because he still has his red shirt.
And he got an ACL injury too, right? End of the year.
I can't remember if it was ACL, but it was a lower leg injury that he suffered late in the year.
And then, so I mean, I don't know what they're if it wasn't ACL, I'm sure he could play next year if needed to. But yeah, even if I'm not sure what else they have on campus, but that's a weird signing, man. Rayola is not.
No,
he hasn't shown to be that great.
No, he has
and not. If that is what the Ducks are rolling out at quarterback with all these recruiting classes and everything that Lanning's had, then I don't know what that says about the Ducks. I mean, he did some good things with Gabriel, but that was with Will Stein and all them.
Yeah.
Can they make Dylan Rayola look good?
Maybe they play differently than Nebraska, that's for sure. So maybe he can fit better in Oregon's system, but Oregon doesn't like developing their own quarterbacks out of high school anymore. Most people don't. Look at Miami too. They're about to buy a quarterback.
I mean, I know Dante Moore transferred there too, but he transferred. He set a year behind Gabriel, and he transferred as a freshman. Yeah. So I mean, it wasn't. I wouldn't take too much into they don't like developing their own quarterbacks. They just, want to put the best guy on the field. I just don't know. I think if Rayola is starting there, it's going to be a bad look for Oregon, I think.
Yeah, especially with Indiana taking over the Big Ten. I mean, Rayola couldn't even win anything with Nebraska. And yes, Oregon has better skill players than Nebraska. I don't know, man. That was Will Stein at Oregon, and now he's going to Kentucky, like you said. So, what's Oregon going to look like?
Good thing the Sooners came in and took Parker Livingston because they already got Nick Marsh in the portal. If they got Nick Marsh and Livingston in the portal, it would have been good luck, Big Ten.
Speaking of Nick Marsh, did you see the news about him?
I did not.
He was at an Indiana game. Might have been the basketball game, might have been the Oregon game. And somebody got a look at his phone and saw he had a FanDuel app.
Oh, a FanDuel.
So I'm not saying anything's going to happen. I'm just saying that news did break that he had a FanDuel app on his phone. It wasn't even opened. So
I mean, I don't know. What is they don't have like a hard rule that you can't bet on games in college, right? Just like games you're not playing in, correct? Like you can have an account. You just can't bet on college football, correct?
Can't remember. They made one ruling and then like a week later it came out that they were going to reverse it and then they reversed it again. I can't remember where they ended up with that.
I mean, I guess I don't know where I would fall on that with college sports, just because you're on campus with other major college sports. Maybe just like you can't bet on college sports in general. Yeah. Would be a good rule for the NCAA, just because they could get inside information from their buddies on the basketball team, stuff like that. And I want to put that in their hands. But I mean, I don't have any issues with these college kids betting on pro sports or just having throwing a little money around here and there. But
yeah, as long as it's pro level, I mean, I don't see an issue with it at all.
And then we talked a little bit about Chambliss getting his appeal denied. How do you think that's going to turn out?
Man, I don't know. They're filing a lawsuit, but is it going to be done before the beginning of next season? I
don't know. It depends on who gets involved. A lot of times with some of these public universities, sometimes it can be where the lawsuit takes place can be a big thing too. That lawsuit might take place in Mississippi, and so it's going to be heavily favored towards them, and so who knows.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I don't foresee him getting to play another season, but you never know. We'll see how the lawsuit shakes out.
It's unfortunate. Like I can kind of see both sides of the coin. Like it sucks because it looks like it's a wasted talent that was spent down at Division II just because of his size. Yeah. Apparently he's like 5'10". He's like Kyler size. Ooh. Is what some of the that's what I heard from some of the OU people. Like on the radio here, just because, whenever they came to Norman, just seeing his size, he's listed at 6'1", I think, but they're like, he's not 6'1", like he's small. He's little bitty. And so that's probably the reason why a lot of the colleges, he played at the, way down in Division II but then you see him get his chance, and a lot of time wasted. I'd like to see him play another year of college football. I don't know because I just don't think the NFL is going to be it for him. You got to be a really, really, really special player to play at that size in the NFL. I mean, look at Kyler. Kyler's not very good. Bryce Young, starting to show some stuff for my Panthers. A little bit, maybe.
Hey, yeah, that was close this weekend.
We'll get into that. We'll get it. Let's get into it. NFL playoff weekend. Let's change gears. My Panthers, man. I haven't had a lot to root for in the last 10 years. First home game in 10 years. I don't mind rooting for bad teams, but I lost a lot of faith in the Panthers that whole time just because of their owner acting like a complete idiot. David Tepper bought the team from Jerry Richardson, and just his first couple of years, the Matt Rule hire, and then everything went wrong there. Matt Rule's not a good coach, and then they had Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold on roster, and then ended up playing what was his name? Is it
Andy Dalton?
No, it's not Andy Dalton. It's the old XFL guy or USFL guy. What's it?
Yes, I can't remember.
PJ something, right? And then
Walker, I believe.
PJ Walker, yes. And they played him like half the season after they got I think both years whenever they had Darnold, and it was a mess.
They had Mayfield at edge rusher, didn't they?
Huh? At
least in practice, they had Baker at edge rusher.
I think so. And then before they ended up cutting him, and then one year Darnold came in, and this is where I get off in this. Like, Darnold is just a streaky quarterback. Darnold came in, they started off 4-0, and I remember all my buddies. I mean, you've met a lot of my college football fans. We play in the dynasties and stuff together. I was sticking my chest out like a rooster. I was like, Sam Darnold, MVP of the league. Here we go. Look at this. And then he fell off. I mean, that's what Sam Darnold does. But I mean, he can put these great stints together, but we'll see. But man, that 49ers Panthers game this weekend was
49ers.
The Rams Panthers game this weekend. It was a blast.
Matthew Stafford had to remind everybody on that last drive.
I think he pulled a John Mateer, bro.
Did he?
He pulled his hand, I think his hand might be an issue this weekend. I think the adrenaline helped him out through that. He hurt his hand in that game. I don't know how well it's going to be this Saturday against the Bears. Or are they playing Saturday?
Yeah. January 18th.
So yes, no,
they're Sunday.
But yeah, I don't know how well his hand's going to be, how healthy his hand's going to be for that game.
Could a hand injury be the reason the Bears make the NFC Championship?
I mean, maybe they've been pretty fortunate so far. That's the other Saturday game. That Packers Bears game was insane.
Yeah,
I didn't.
Did you see the locker room video after?
Yeah, I've seen some of it. Ben Johnson, he's a wild man. Man.
Absolutely is.
And so I didn't even watch this game. I was watching Traders. Hopefully by the Wednesday episode, we get Yam Man on these first 3 episodes of Traders, so we can talk about Traders on the pod. But I was watching Traders, and I kind of had that game on my bedroom TV, and I was watching Traders in the living room, so I was kind of keeping track of the score. And one of my buddies, that we play in these dynasties with, in the Discord, he's just going crazy, and I see another buddy talking about how he's going nuts on X. So I go over on X, and he's just flaming everybody in the first quarter on X, 50 posts, just going nuts and losing it, retweeting. And I was like, man, what if the Bears come back and win this game? And they did, man. He changed tune real quick. It was a wild one. It was fun.
Sorry, Texans are stringing together several good runs right now.
Yeah, I see that. Trying to at least tie this game up.
No, but yeah, no. I mean, I saw that it was turning into a blowout, and like I said, I was out of town for the weekend, so I wasn't watching anything, just following it on ESPN, and I saw it was a blowout. I'm like, there's no way. And then I get a close game notification. I'm like, They came back. Like, the Bears
Yeah.
find the wildest ways to win games.
Caleb's played really, really damn well for Ben Johnson. Like,
Yeah.
this is, I got to see some of this his freshman year, some peaks at it. And then, he had that one great year followed by the disappointing year at USC. And so, I mean, it's good to see Caleb. I mean, I have no ill will towards Caleb, even though he transferred when Lincoln left, but I don't think that was a lot of his decision. I think his dad was very, very controlling early in his career. And I even think like going to Chicago, if you remember all the Chicago stuff, his dad was trying to step in a lot there. And I think his dad was kind of the one that kind of forced him to USC. I'm sure he probably wanted to go to. I'm not saying it was all his dad, but and like Caleb came in and led one of the best comebacks against Texas ever. And, it was a fun season. I hate Lincoln Riley for that. I don't hate Caleb Williams. I mean, I have all respect for Caleb Williams. I mean, he beat Texas for us that year.
Yeah. I will say I didn't think that he was going to have a lot of success, but here we are. He's on the doorstep of an NFC championship.
And it just takes a good coordinator. And
it really does.
This guy made Jared Goff look good. And then Jared Goff is kind of average again now that Jared Goff is up there, and I think he's gonna take Caleb to the next level. And the Bears, like, they're peaking a little early. Like, you want to get them now because I think going forward they're going to be a top tier organization with Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams at the helm.
Yeah,
and then that choke job by Green Bay, man. Like,
part of me about to extend LaFleur.
Part of me wants to say choke job, but man, they're so injured. Like, they are so injured, man. They have so many injuries on that team. Like, they limped into the playoffs, and that would have been a huge win if they would have won. I know it's a rivalry game, and it hurts to lose to your rivals, especially whenever you had them down. But I mean, the team's hurt. The team's hurt. I mean, every team has injuries at this point, but they have like a lot of key injuries, and so
the one thing I will say about them making it a choke job is that it did. I was able to see some highlights from that game, and it looked like they kind of just took their foot off the gas in the second half.
Yeah.
Like, not entirely, and not for the entire second half, but like it looked like they stopped getting aggressive. And it's like you want to still do what it takes to win the game. Like, you don't stop scoring at halftime.
Yeah, you definitely. I mean, that's never the plan. I'm sure that's not what they plan to do, but each team makes adjustments, and the Bears just made better ones, and the Packers couldn't answer. And that was the same thing happened 3 weeks ago on Monday night, I don't think it's Sunday Night Football. And the Bears came back and beat them whenever they had no business really beating them in that game either. The onside kick and everything. That's why the Bears are the 2 seed, and they're hosting the Rams this weekend.
That's going to be a great game.
And then, so we're off to a hot start, man. Football's really going. Then we get the Bills-Jaguars. It continues hot, man. That was a great game. Great game.
I'm gonna say it. I'm glad Buffalo beat Jacksonville. I think I was more scared of Jacksonville than I was of Buffalo. That's crazy to say, I know, but
like I'm kind of upset with this, and we'll get into some of this later, but like Tony Romo stole my thunder here, because 37 times during this game he said, well, I don't know, Jim, whatever team wins this game, they're going to be a threat in the Super Bowl, Jim. 37 times, Tony Romo, we get it. We know, you said it. And that was what I was saying last week. I said whoever wins this game is probably going to go to the Super Bowl for the AFC. Tony Romo stole my thunder, and then reminded me about it 36 times.
I've seen people, but I've seen people talking about how he. Sorry, I looked at the comment and I lost my train of thought.
Greatest commentator ever. Yeah, we'll get into that in a second.
But talking about they're going to be a threat if they can make it to the Super Bowl. It's like, well, any of these teams would be a threat if they make it to the Super Bowl. Every one of these teams has a shot at the Super Bowl. Like, he was making it sound like just another generic.
Yeah, but I mean, he's kind of like, I don't know. I think if the Bills, I think the Bills definitely can. I absolutely expect them to go into Denver this weekend and win this game.
Oh yeah,
I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of threat from Denver. I trust Josh Allen way more than I trust trust Bo Nix. Now I trust the Denver pass rush more than I trust Josh. Then I trust the Bills offense. But I think Josh Allen can figure some things out here. Maybe Dalvin Cook can get back to his, that level he was playing at. Not Dalvin Cook. Gosh, James Cook.
I was like, wait a minute, Dalvin.
Man, I'm struggling with first names today. Struggling with his brother James Cook.
Yeah,
can get back to that level that he was playing at earlier in the season. And I don't know. I think Buffalo is. I mean, who's Buffalo scared of that's left in the AFC?
Us, because we beat them earlier in the year.
And that was a good game. That was kind of y'all really kind of handled him a lot. But it's different. It's a different animal in the playoffs. The thing is, if the Bills can keep the games close, like they're not going to come back against teams just because like they're not great at stopping the run.
Yeah,
but they are amazing at stopping the pass. And
I saw somebody say Pat Surtain locks up wide receiver ones, which is great against every other team besides the Bills, who don't have a wide receiver one.
Yeah, they do not. And the Jaguars, man, I think it's easy to look at that game and like, man, they lost the home game, the 3-6 game, but I think that team is heading in the right direction.
Absolutely, with Liam.
I really like that team next year, and they had that cringe interview though after the game with that lady. Like, did you see that? I guess it wasn't a question. Like the reporters, like, oh, I just want to say, hold your head up, young man. Y'all had a great year. Like, I mean, that was a little cringy, man. Like,
I saw somebody on Twitter say, "Someone come get your grandma."
that shit was wild.
Yeah.
But I like Buffalo against Denver.
Yeah, I like them a lot against Denver.
I think I don't know. We'll see what happens. The Patriots didn't look that great against the Chargers yesterday.
Man, is bad O-line play just universal now? Like, both of them quarterbacks were running for their lives in that Chargers-Patriots game.
Well, that's the thing with the Patriots. They have that good left tackle, but that's just about it on that Patriots O-line. The Patriots are kind of ahead of one of those teams. They're kind of like the Bears, where they're a little ahead of schedule with the second-year quarterback and new coach, kind of give them that bump. But like I just don't think that they're ready for the Super Bowl. They're not ready to go. I mean, they could. That's how wide open the AFC is this year. Whereas the Bears, I think the Bears are more in trouble. I think they're a lot less likely to make the Super Bowl. And but I think the Patriots could. I really like the Bills in the AFC right now. But then after that, we got the most boring close game I've ever seen in my life. All I could do is sit there on my couch and say, this game fucking sucks. The Eagles got to fire Nick Sirianni or hire a new offensive coordinator. They got to do something. The Eagles are terrible with all that talent. I'm really so glad they lost. I am so glad they lost. I don't know what to say about that game. It was a horrible watch.
So, did you hear Tom Brady while AJ Brown and Nick Sirianni were on the sidelines about to throw hands? Tom Brady's like, yeah, they have a great relationship.
I mean, first off, I try to listen to as little as Brady as possible. That's just where the commentary is in the NFL right now. And, it's who has the Super Bowl this year? What network has a Super Bowl? NBC. Who do we have to listen to? NBC. Oh, thank you. This is awesome. What a great year for NBC to have the Super Bowl because they actually have competent announcers. I will take Chris Collinsworth glazing over whatever Josh Allen makes it. We'll hear Chris Collinsworth glaze over Josh Allen for 3 hours during the Super Bowl. I'll take that over.
As long as he doesn't bring up Mahomes every 30 seconds, I'm good.
No, I mean he'll have Josh Allen to glaze. He likes to glaze these quarterbacks. Like, oh man, Mike,
comparing them to Mahomes.
No, I'm not going to compare Josh Allen to Mahomes. But and then the Sunday night game I didn't really watch. I was watching I think we were watching Florida Chargers, wasn't it? The Patriots Chargers. Yeah, I kind of kept that on the background. Hadn't really no interest in watching that game. I didn't think Justin Herbert could really do much against that team, and was proved right.
How many more seasons does Justin Herbert get?
I stopped giving him seasons years ago. After he got the other coach fired, and they blamed the other coach up and down, and then they did the worst possible thing that they could do, and they brought in Jim Harbaugh. I'm terrible with first names today. Jim Harbaugh came in, and like it's he runs the Eagle style offense. Yeah. Herbert had a QBR of 25. That does not surprise me, man. That does not surprise me. That's why I didn't want anything to do with that game.
The Chargers are the scariest non-threat of a team, I think, in the league.
It's just the Jim Harbaugh style of football. He just wants to run the ball, play defense, make the game ugly, just like every Eagles game you watch. And I knew what I was getting into with that. I just, now, if they would have separated them, like if they would have, maybe made that the noon game or maybe a Saturday game to where I could take some time off and didn't have to watch them back to back, I probably would have watched that game. But instead, I went to HBO and watched some Florida Man and some other stuff on HBO and just kept the game on the other screen without audio because I just couldn't take it, which is sad because that was probably missed the best commentary of the day there because the other two games were very bad commentary wise. And let's just get into it, man. Tony Romo, is he washed?
Yeah, I think he is.
Is it done? He was so fun when he first came into the league, but
calling out plays before the ball was snapped. It was fun for a season or two.
And I think people got mad about that, so he doesn't do that as much, and just he doesn't have the same energy. Yeah. Him and Nance they aren't on the same page like they used to be. They used to be a fun listen because they really did well bouncing off of each other, and now it's like Romo just goes on these long dialogues like I keep mentioning the 37 times that he told us, the winner of this game is going to be a problem, Jim. Like they're going to have something to say in this AFC. And like, it just, I don't know, man. I can't stand Tony Romo anymore. And it makes me sad because I used to love listening to him call football games.
Yeah. I don't know how much he still has in the tank, but I know he's going to be around for a while because he's still young in his broadcasting career.
But you know what makes me feel good about this? Aikman hit this wall as well. And Aikman has rebounded. And ever since, like, the last few years, like, angry Aikman and Joe Buck, like, they kind of fell on deaf ear. Like, they were the standard for a while. Then they fell off, and Aikman just kind of came out monotone. Then Aikman went into this, like, angry Aikman phase. And like they've been awesome. Like the last few years of Aikman and Buck have been great. And so if Romo can find a new groove, find a new rhythm, then I think it'll be
switch
okay.
it up.
But who there's no hope for is Tom Brady.
No hope.
It's like
go help the Raiders. Just go deal with the Raiders full time.
Like it's just I don't know. He seems like he wants to be a fun guy. Like he wants to try to did you watch the roast of Tom Brady?
Yes.
On Netflix. And so, he seems like he wants to be that guy, he wants to be one of the boys, make fun of me and do all this and not take himself too seriously. But at the same time, like there were some of the jokes that had to be pulled. Like they were pulling some of the comics were pulling their punches, and he wants to be one of the guys, but he wants to take himself really seriously at the same time. And that's kind of what I get from Brady. Like he doesn't feel authentic. It doesn't feel authentic in the booth. He's still young at it too. I mean, it's year 2. Like I get it, but is he ever going to get there? Like giving him the number 1 announcer's job is just,
I don't know that he should really pursue a long career in broadcasting. I mean, he's got the smarts. He just needs to go do something coaching wise, in my opinion.
But he's not going to be a coach. Like,
I know
the people that competitive, like Jordan's not going to be a coach. Brady's not going to be a coach. People like that aren't going to be coaches. And that's what I think is going to push him to do it longer, is he's going to want, like, he probably knows he's not good at it. He hears like how, he shouldn't be in that number 1 spot. So I think like his competitive edge, his competitive fire is going to push him into, trying to get better. It's just, is he ever going to get better? Does he have the personality for it? And I don't think he does. You have to, not take yourself so seriously sometimes.
Yeah.
Like you just got to have a little fun with it. And that's what makes a good color commentator. And I don't know that Brady's ever going to get it unless he gets to that point to where he can be a little more self-deprecating with, I mean, just going all into it and, you know, just kind of letting it go, letting his hair down and, you know, letting his hair out of place. I don't think that man will ever let his hair out of place or eat a carb.
Yeah, he's just got to realize, like, you were locked in for 20 years in the league. You don't have to be locked in anymore like that. Like,
I mean, people are just wired that way. I don't know that he's just too damn competitive to like he's going to want to be good at it. I don't know if he'll ever call it until he gets to that point to where he feels like he's one of the best announcers out there. And I don't know if he'll ever get to that point. It's going to be interesting to see.
You know who else should probably be given the Lee Corso treatment? Al Michaels.
Yeah.
And they're bringing him back next season. They already announced it. Like, he used to be great, but he's at the end of his career, and somebody needs to do something about it before
he's not in he's kind of he's not in the NBC role anymore, not in the serious role, just kind of like the Thursday night, you know, games with Herb Street. To be honest, I don't really, if I have it on, I don't have the commentary on anymore in that game anyway.
There's just no excitement whenever a big play happens.
Usually doing something else. I mean, that's not a lot of times though. That's not the lead guy. I mean, sometimes it needs to be the lead guys, but you can also get by with that with like a really, really good color guy. And Herb Street is like I don't know how great Herb Street is on color anymore. Like he got hyped up into like this big college guy, but I don't know. He definitely gets on his agenda sometimes too.
Yeah. I will say at the college level, I'll take Herb Street over Klatt and Gus Johnson any day at the college level.
It's hard with college because especially with Klatt and those guys because they're all paid by the network. And so now it's just turned into SEC, Big Ten, or SEC versus the world. So anybody like any of those Fox guys, like they get their shtick by just shitting on the SEC all the time. That's what they do. And so, you know, we'll see how these guys are way better in the SEC, or especially like off the air. I mean, it's probably a little bit better on there, but I gotta be honest, I don't really listen to a whole lot of Fox games anymore. Thankfully, I got out of that life.
I really enjoyed how I always knew at least once a year we'd have Gus Johnson and Joel Klatt on the call with our game against Team Up North. But then last season, our last 6 games of the regular season were all big noon kickoffs. Yeah, I got so tired of hearing them because they lost enthusiasm for us too. It's like when these commentators are watching the same team over and over and over. Like, what else can they add to it?
You're welcome.
You're
welcome. That's one of the big things about OU losing or leaving the Big 12 is they're never in that big dude kickoff game anymore. And like, I know exactly how it is. We played in many of those big noon kickoff games so many times over the years.
Yeah. I think we're locked into a new like 10 to 15 year deal with Fox now too at the Big Ten. So that's fun.
And then we're talking about NFL announcers that don't have personality. Well, the biggest NBA referee with personality is going to be missing a few months with Bill Kennedy getting hurt, man.
Big loss for the Thunder there.
That's a big loss for the NBA, bro. That's not just the Thunder. Bill Kennedy wasn't a Thunder guy.
No.
But I'm going to miss his commentary whenever the game had to go to replay.
Oh yeah, for sure.
He's definitely one of the best at that. And then also in NBA news, this is not a joke. LeBron James is going to be wearing a patch on his jersey that is honoring LeBron James for his 23rd season.
That's all that is.
LeBron. Way to go, LeBron. You've done it.
High-fived yourself in public.
Yeah. I mean, way to scratch your own back. Like, I'm going to put this patch on my jersey that's just going to be honoring me for the rest of the year, my 23rd season.
So, on that, are they soft launching a retirement tour?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I think if LeBron was going to retire this year, I heard this on a pod. I'm not sure what pod it was on. So this isn't like my own. It made me think, but I think if LeBron was retiring this year, LeBron would come out and say he's retiring. Like he wants the Kobe treatment, the Dwayne Wade treatment. Yes, yeah, man. Jesus fucking Christ, LeBron.
Exactly right.
He wants everybody to say, look at me. He wants the whole roll out the carpet all year. Everybody recognize me. I'm leaving the game. So I don't think I don't think this is it for LeBron. I think he's got one more year in him. And I wish I
Bryce
remember
comes in next year, right?
I don't know. Is he going to be an NBA player? I don't think the Lakers aren't in the LeBron business anymore. They're not going to draft him.
Yeah.
They're not going to draft and stash him and do what they did with Bronny. They're not going to be in that game.
Yeah.
If he is.
No, I always thought his last season would be Bryce's first lineup wherever, whether it was LA or somewhere else, line up with both of his sons.
It's possible, but just I don't know. I really wish I could remember what pod I heard that on, because like I thought that was a really good take, where that's just who LeBron is with the decision and all that. I don't see him like in March saying, "Oh, this is going to be my last year," and only getting like part of the celebration. He wants that whole the whole year of teams rolling out the red carpet for him.
Yeah. Yeah, but I wouldn't be surprised to hear it in like September, right before the next season tips.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel it would go on watch. I mean, LeBron just ends up saying he's going to retire this year, and then we'll both be wrong, man. Who knows about LeBron? That's why tomorrow is Taco Tuesday.
Taco Tuesday.
And then, Dennis Schröder apparently bitch slapped Luka. Bitch slapped Luka after the game, after Luka was talking about how he should have signed that contract with LA, shit talking the whole year. And man, he met him after the game, and it was funny. The Shams report said attempting to strike another player, and Schröder in the comments of the Shams post said attempting with the laughing emoji. And some of the stories coming out of this is pretty wild, man. We need TMZ needs to get that video. We need to see exactly what happened, but
absolutely,
because there's a lot of reports out there. One of the reports is like he just slapped him and Luka did nothing, and then like Ayton had to drag him off or something. I don't know, but I think Dennis does want the smoke. Yeah, man. I think Schröder wanted the smoke and wasn't able to get it.
But, man, I mean, Luka isn't wrong though.
Oh yeah, and Luka is, and I remember when the clip of this initially came out. Me and man, we were talking. I was like, man, this is the Luka that I love. I love this Luka. I love that, the fact that he gets in that game mode. He's so competitive. He loves to talk shit, everything like that. So, man, it's pretty wild. And then I just want to see the video, like the teammates that stuck up for him. Like, how did it happen? How did he get close enough to him? Like, I mean, that's your superstar player.
I would say, because they have opposite tunnels, right?
I don't know. Like, the game was at Crypto, right? So I'm not sure how that's all laid out. I'm sure it would. It was after the game. It was like 20 minutes after the game. It wasn't like immediately in the tunnels.
Oh wow.
It was before they were. It was like whenever they were getting on their bus or whatever, I think, or whenever they were headed to their bus.
Wow.
And then tomorrow night, yeah, man, your Thunder.
Yep, Thunder about to be 6-4 in the last 10.
Thunder are playing the Spurs on the cock.
Yep.
Wish you were on here to talk about this game. That's probably the reason that he wasn't able to get on today. He just didn't want to talk about the Thunder Spurs game coming tomorrow. And what's going to happen? Can the Thunder finally beat the Spurs?
I don't know. We'll find out. Wemby's just getting more time, so
yeah, it'll be interesting. Regardless of the outcome of this game, I think the Thunder are just going to be really in learning mode. They're going to be trying to figure this team out for the playoffs, and they're probably going to be throwing a lot of stuff at this team tomorrow just to see what sticks. And so we'll see if they can find a plan to to handle Wemby, because this is their last shot to really get some learning on the floor type stuff for the Thunder or for the Spurs for the playoffs, should they meet.
They really just got to figure out what their team is with everybody healthy.
They just gotta. It comes down to they gotta make shots, and when they're not shooting well, that team is. It turns into just Shea, go out and eat, get your points, and then if we shoot 25% from three, we better play damn good defense.
Yeah,
and then that's been the problem in some of their last 10 games is that hasn't worked. No, they cannot. So many injuries. Spur role players are better right now. That's what Yam Man is saying, and that's true. Like, it's just got to be. If they can, they just got to defend and make shots, or or get that ball moving again. And we'll see what they come out with tomorrow. Though it'll be a game that a lot of people are watching.
It absolutely will be. And the Spurs are pretty healthy. The only injury the Spurs have going into this is Devin Vassell is still missing some time.
Yeah.
But, I mean, they still got Castle, they still got Harper, they got Wemby, they got Fox. Like, everybody else still good.
The Spurs team got good so fast. Oh, and then also, I didn't put this in the notes. Fucking Anthony Davis. Gosh, damn it. We were just about to trade you and you hurt your fucking finger, you little coward. I'm just kidding. You're not a little coward, but damn it.
That looked like the worst possible luck ever. Didn't even look like there was contact.
I'm so out of the Anthony Davis business. Like, just burn it down, get rid of all these people. I know. Now we probably got to keep Anthony Davis till the offseason, and we're not going to get nothing back in return for him. Oh, well, I don't care anymore. I just want him. It's
getting to the point you just got to cut your losses and get somebody in there.
Just burn this team down. And then that was the big thing about the trade to begin with. It wasn't the Anthony Davis for Luka. It was like they had made so many trades to set this team up for Luka, and what they did was they killed their future. Like, they don't own this year is the last year they own their first round pick, the rights to their first round pick for like 5 years. It's so now, and that would have been okay. Like, you would have been in an okay situation if you had Luka Doncic on your team.
Yeah.
Not a 35-year-old or soon to be 35-year-old Anthony Davis on your team that can't stay healthy. And so now they got lucky with the Cooper Flag thing, reset this year, try to get a top 10 pick in this loaded class, and then go from there, knowing that you can't tank anymore. You can't tank for 5 years. You have to put it together this year. Next year has to be golden.
Sit Kyrie, let Max Christie ball out the rest of the year.
Yes, I want to see Max Christie. Just see what he's got. It's time. Just see what he's got. All right, man. Yeah. That's about all I got. What else you got?
Some breaking news. The top safety in the portal literally just committed to Oregon. Minnesota, Coy Parrish.
Oh.
Yeah, Oregon apparently sniped him. So
that's a big pickup for Oregon. Notre Dame actually had some recruits roll in, or some portal commits roll in today too. They had before today they had 0 commits in the portal, and I think they got some big time guys. So
yeah, they took a 5-star receiver from us, so maybe that helps them.
We're coming into where teams are going to start getting desperate and overpaying. Coming up soon. The portal closes Friday.
Now, important note: entry closes Friday, except for Oregon, except for Indiana and Miami.
Yes. The players can enter after Monday, or for 2 weeks after Monday, because their season just ended, right?
Yes, but for everybody else, the deadline to enter is Friday, and the deadline to sign is only like a week after Friday, I believe.
And that is, they can sign up till fall, I think, but that does not include any teams that lose their coaches to NFL jobs.
True. Yeah.
Like Ryan Day going to the NFL is going to open up the portal again for Ohio State.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's where we're headed.
All right, man. All right, anything else?
Nope, other than go Buckeyes. Finally putting together a portal class, and I'm happy now.
All right, man. Let's get off here. Get to watch your team in the second half. Appreciate you jumping on today.
Yes, sir. Y'all have a good week.
Take it easy.
You too.
All right, everyone. It's Double Prunk and his friend Carlos. Thank you for listening to this episode of The Drunk Take. I just want to remind everybody, if you made it this far, just like and subscribe. Just give us a like and a subscription. It'd be real nice of you. You know, we'd really appreciate it if you do that. If you don't do that, then you know what? It's cool too. But, you know, Carlos, he eats that expensive formula, and he could really use your likes and subscription. It don't cost you anything, but it could really help Carlos get that liver that he needs. Right, Carlos? Thank you, guys. Thank you for listening. Tune in next week.